Our names are at the table. These seats are for us.
Let's get rich.
What's the cookie myth?
As a matter of fact, that was.
No more room in hell. The dead walk here.
Happy Thanksgiving, horror fiends! It's your boy Ricky Grimes back at you with a very special holiday episode of the 3 Quarters of Horror minus 1. I got my man Joe the Psychologist. What up, my brother? How are you?
I am good. I am so glad that we're doing this. I told you when I saw when it was coming out, I'm like, let's get that schedule cleared up because it comes out on Friday. We got to do this on the Sunday because we have to make sure we serve you guys right before Thanksgiving.
In this special episode, we will be discussing the 2023 film Thanksgiving, written and directed by Eli Roth. It stars Nell Verlacque as Jessica Wright, Rick Hoffman as Thomas Wright, and Patrick Dempsey as Sheriff Eric Newton.
By the way, he is People's Sexiest Man for 2023. So he just got named it and this movie dropped. Good timing on that. Good timing on that.
You know, this is the very first movie he's ever used his actual native accent.
Is that what he really sounds like?
Yeah, that's his real accent.
Adam was like, you must be sitting here all happy right now. I'm like, you got no idea.
He tried so hard over the years to lose it because in Hollywood, if you have an accent like that, most people try to, lose it because it's going to pigeonhole them. But this is the first time he actually got to use his actual native accent. So that's where he really does sound like.
Then
well,
he was
now,
really,
but...
then he was really, at least for this movie, the sexiest man in there.
I waited a long time for this fucking movie.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
16 years, bro. Were you looking forward to this film?
I was, because you saw this trailer back in 2007. If y'all did not watch Grindhouse, it was put in there. It was kind of a joke. He's friends with Rodriguez and Tarantino. So they put that in there. And then to find out it actually came to fruition. And I mean, Eli Roth, he gave us Hostel. For me, one of my favorite Eli Roth is actually Cabin Fever.
Yes.
I love Cabin Fever because, he did it's gory, but the monster was the virus itself, and just the way he wrote that movie, directed it, starred in it, died in it. I honestly, the last horror movie of his I saw was The Green Inferno. So it's been a hot minute since he's done a horror movie.
Yeah. He did like 3 studio films, I think. After
Death Wish.
Yeah.
I know that he did the Finn.
The House with the Clock on its Walls.
The House with the Clock on the Walls. And then I think he did 2 episodes in some series.
A Valentine's Day short. And he's also directed another movie, Borderlands, which will be out next year.
Coming up.
So,
Yep. So, yeah.
He filmed that in between his last project and Thanksgiving.
When I heard it's Eli Roth, of course I'm gonna go. I mean, this dude is like, I think he's kind of close to my age, so he's got a great vision. I love the flow of his movies. So I walked into the movie theater. It's been a while that I walked into a movie feeling trepidatious that it's gonna suck.
Yeah,
it's Eli Roth. I knew I was gonna walk out happy. So yeah, I was happy I was gonna go see this movie.
Yeah, the funny thing with this, the Thanksgiving concept, he had this concept even before like Cabin Fever. It predated Grindhouse. I believe I read he was like 13 at the time when he came up with a concept of how come there was no Thanksgiving slashers? There really isn't any for that holiday. There's this lull between like Halloween and there's a lot of Christmas slashers, like that they're around. Black Christmas, what was the other one? Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Right.
There's no real Thanksgiving horror unless you count Thanksgiving, but
well, and then
Poltergeist is about chickens. That's not about.
I know, but well, here's the thing though. This is the first studio, like in the movie theater release. There are some that have been released, but they've been released like on video on demand or for streaming.
Sure, yeah,
but at least
they're probably trash.
That's what I'm saying. For me, as far as being on the big movie screen, this is the first one.
Yeah. So he came up with a bunch of kills, pretty much. You know, like the guy with the turkey outfit, getting decapitated, running around with a turkey missing his head. The cheerleader with the knife down. You know, all that stuff was all like, oh man, this is great. So when Tarantino asked him that he wants him, Rob Zombie, and Edgar Wright to produce trailers for Grindhouse, he was like, I got the script. Thanksgiving. So when it came time, now fast forward to actually make the film finally, he was having a hard time putting in all the boring bits and to lead up to all those great kills. So what he decided was, all right, this is the concept. That Grindhouse trailer, that film was really released Thanksgiving of 1980. It was so like vulgar and pervasive and shocking that they actually took it down after one screening, destroyed the film, destroyed the original print. All the actors, producers, anyone associated with the film went into hiding. That trailer is the only thing that is in existence, and it's found only in the deepest, darkest corner of the deep web right now. So Thanksgiving 2023 is a remake of that movie.
Nice.
So that's a great way to like, all right, you give your own trailer a backstory, but you also give yourself freedom to create something even fresher while still honoring the best parts of the trailer. So I think it was awesome. I couldn't wait to see this. Like I said, 16 years, man. And this film here, Eli Roth is like this guy. He's like one of us. He's a fan. All of his films, they got so many homages and are based on other properties that he was inspired by, and you see it in every one of his films. So this one here, it starts with a POV shot of the killer going up to the house, man. So again, how many slashers started like that? And a big shocking opening with a flash forward into the future. Now we got a killer killing people associated with that tragedy. Now we, the audience, got to figure it out. Who is the killer? That's like basic slasher 101. It's a very basic concept. I don't know when is the last time I seen a slasher in a theater. And this is a great modern take with, you know, social media, TikTok, streaming services and all that stuff, Wi-Fi. So you got that all in there, but still honoring the classic traditional slasher, bro. So yeah, loved it. So brother, let's talk about these kills. Practical like a motherfucker, bro. Let me ask you, what stood out to you, bro?
You know what? I want to hear what you thought first, because honestly, as I watched this movie, I'm like, Rick is gonna fucking love some of this. So because we probably might like the same ones. So I want to hear what you say first. That way I can just bounce off you.
Yeah, awesome, dude. All right, off the bat, I would say right now, the dumpster kill was a top tier kill in fucking cinema, bro. How creative was that?
And actual.
Yes.
If you really think about it. That
could happen. Oh my god, yes, brother.
I thought about you on that one. That's why I wanted to ask you, because I knew if I was going to say that one.
And what led up to it, when he grabbed her head, dumped it into the cold sink water, and then, no, I don't know, it was water, essentially. I don't know if it was cold. But stuck her face to the fucking the freezer door, bro. Oh my god. Again, I'd never seen that before.
No, and I took Adam to the movies, my husband, to see this, and he literally went, "Oh, that shit looked like it hurt a lot."
And the way she ripped her face off herself.
Oh, I know. And I'm like sitting there like in my I'm literally digging my chair.
And her
and the blood.
Oh my god.
That's a good shout out. That's a good shout out to show on how with our cell phones, given if we're ever put in this situation, and all bloody and facial recognition ain't gonna work for us.
We fucked. He took away communications with one kill, essentially. And that was great. Oh man. One other kill I want to shout out, probably gonna be the drill saw scene. Because I was like, okay, she's gonna survive. Okay. When he stabbed her up, first of all, he took fucking were those Bluetooth people? What were those things?
You didn't it's so if you don't, I have those.
Or just for the Bluetooth, right? The wires?
No, it's you put them on corn on the cob. You put them on it's like these 3 little pins, and so you put it in the corn, so that way you don't have to hold your corn itself, so you can eat your corn and like basically not get your hands dirty. Of course. So and again, when he did that, I'm like, ow, like just because it's 3, like they're sharp little pieces.
Yeah.
and he stuck them like her eardrums were gone.
I got a few more, but I don't want to steal all your thunder because you might share somebody. So how about you, man? What you got?
All right, you mentioned the turkey only because
I didn't
I was
mention the turkey, but I'm
expecting.
glad you mentioned the turkey.
Well, you said it in the beginning when about him getting his head chopped off.
Oh, you talking about the mascot?
The mascot, yeah.
Yeah.
So, because you were looking for John Carver,
Yes.
so since he was dressed, it came out of nowhere.
That was
So he
awesome.
was dressed as a clown, Pennywise, and then you had a course of events start happening. Final Destination, because then you got the guy that was driving the truck with his two
That
kids.
movie came into my mind as well.
And when that went through, I thought of Final Destination. It was still like, fuck, that's your bad luck. But when you saw it all happening,
and you see all the people yelling and screaming and so
Yeah,
much chaos going on.
it
And this
was,
motherfucker came out with fucking smoke bombs, flash grenades. Like, yo,
Dude,
I love this killer, bro.
like he's like throwing shit around. I'm like, damn. Like, so it does, which we'll talk later. It was one of those pieces that once they also start mentioning it, I still didn't. Before we get, I will say right now, the best part of this movie, I didn't figure it out. We'll get to that at the end. But still, one of those things was that scene when he's using the flash grenades. He's doing, the sound one, to make their ears ring.
That's yeah, dude.
Okay.
No, that's not a flashback. I forgot the name of
What they're
that.
called. But when he threw that in there, just so their ears can ring, and then shoot them up with the tranquilizers.
Yes.
It was just, but the other worst one, which reminded me a little bit of Saw, was the and I don't remember her name, but the stepmother. When
Kathleen,
when he seasoned her up.
Oh my god.
Okay, and
He
you're like,
buttered her up, son.
yeah, he was like literally putting stuff on her, and then when he put her in that oven, because I don't know which one of in the Saw series, the guy had to go in there, pull out the key, and basically got roasted up.
Yeah.
But we didn't see what happened after that. No, he fucking chopped her head off and then positioned her like you would position a turkey.
Just like the trailer.
And then cut off a piece of her leg to serve to the.
And the way when he cut it, it looked like actual like meat. Like if he like cut a turkey.
Yes.
Like for a second there, I was kind of high watching. So I'm like, damn, that shit look kind of good. Oh wait, nah, man, that's a fucking human being.
It's a human being, but it looked real. And then and Thomas, like with the thing on throwing up, because literally here's his wife and he just carved her.
Oh
like
yeah.
This was like,
don't forget when she was in the oven, right? And you hear her skin like start to crack, and her skin starts popping because of boils.
Yes.
That loud snap. Like when you got meat in there and, the skin is popping. Dude, the way that sound was emulated for her, and it was so subtle too, which is good. They didn't go over the top with her kill. They kept it realistic.
Yeah.
And the way he chopped her up, bro. Oh man.
My other one was the security guard.
The dude who ran.
Oh yeah, the dude who ran.
Like, fuck this.
And where was he leaving? Because I know he was packing up to get the fuck out of there, and talking to his little cat. And I'm in my head going,
buddy.
I swear to God, if they kill the cat in this movie, Rick is going to be really upset.
I kept looking off screen.
They focused on the cat so many times, and then when he goes, he's asking Buddy, "Where is he?" And Buddy looks over. I'm like, "Oh no."
I'm like, Eli Roth, he's an animal lover. Will he do it? Would he fall to the same temptations every horror director has with killing animals for a shock reaction? But no,
he didn't. No, but like that's the other part. Once you start really thinking about it, once we get to the end here, is then he pulled out and I forget what they're called, but it's that rope that you use to basically.
It's like piano wire, right?
It's like a guillotine, like a hand guillotine.
Again, that's a tactical equipment right there.
Dude fucked him up. Like he's like, and then just went. Loved it.
Between that and he actually fed the cat instead of killing the cat and petted it and walked out like. I love this killer. This is my kind of killer.
I figured you would. I thought about you too. Also, when he turned around, he looked at the cat. He probably went, "God damn it! Nobody's gonna find this guy for a couple of days."
I think it's pretty safe to assume this is kind of a horror comedy. I would say a lot of lighthearted moments sprinkled in between. A lot of obviously a lot of Eli Roth humor. Cabin Fever, obviously, if you watch that. Hostel, and a very underrated Hostel too, I might say.
Oh, I love Hostel.
Yes, so do I.
I love Hostel. Cabin Fever is still more my
Yeah,
favorite because
yeah.
Cabin Fever plays on your fears, whereas Hostel is just people being brutally
And Hostel
victimized.
2 had one of my favorite twists when it flipped the two characters.
Oh, I
So
love that
good.
twist also.
So yeah, Eli Roth is good for stuff like that. So this movie, did you find it like funny? Were there any moments that you found like kind of hilarious?
So because I did not watch the trailer for the movie,
Oh, by the way,
nor
full
did
disclosure,
I.
yeah, I saw. I did not
Nope.
even look at the poster, bro. I
Nor
had no idea
did
what the kid looked like.
well, and I didn't read anything on it either. All right. So I went into this movie thinking it's a full-on horror movie.
You saw the trailer though, the original Grindhouse trailer. I knew it was gonna have the same kind of tone to it. It's Eli
Well,
Roth.
yeah, I know, but like this was once after because I'm like sitting there going, so, like I'm laughing. I'm like, why am I laughing? Am I supposed to be laughing? It's a horror movie. And then once after I finished, I got home and I started reading some stuff and it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
It made sense to me because in the beginning of the movie, the spoiler alert, if you have not watched the movie at this point, everything we're going to talk about is going to ruin the movie for you. So if you want to keep listening, fine. You are warned. The beginning of the movie, it was a bit absurd on how the crowd was all acting.
Can I say something real quick? I'm glad you brought that up. Was this meant to be almost like a flip on, like, let's say Dawn of the Dead? The zombies were the zombies were a metaphor for the
Mhm.
human consumer.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
this film, they're humans, but they're still acting like the zombies.
Yeah.
They're
'Cause
trying to break in. They're holding them off. They're
with the
against the
rails.
glass. I'm like, this is a zombie fucking scenario, but they're not zombies. Like, was that intended? Do you think? Because that
I
was
don't
pretty genius if it was.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's a good shout out now that I think about it. Because I didn't think about that.
Everything from like pushing them back, holding them in, locking
Yeah,
themselves
yeah, yeah.
in,
Shit, I
and
didn't
the
think
way they
about that.
broke into the actual like store and rampaged through everything, killing
Yeah,
people.
but then because you get to the 1 year later and understand. But listening to him talk, this like it's been a while. We had a movie that people say some pretty derogatory shit. Like if you listen to the crowd, it's the way that Northerners talk and some of the stuff that we say.
Okay, gotcha.
Other people would not find acceptable.
Gotcha.
He got it in there, and I love that because I'm like, what? So when Jessica showed up with her friends, and they're inside and they're like basically mocking them as they're holding the waffle iron, and I didn't understand. I'm like, is the waffle iron on sale? Because again, I didn't hear the part about the 100 people get a free waffle iron.
That was definitely the joke because nobody would line up like that for a fucking waffle.
Well, so I'm sitting there going, who the fuck were like,
Who
it's a
would want a
waffle iron.
That's the point.
Like everybody's going, like, really? But it was handed out for free, and it showed you as like with like the consumerism, because they heard the word free.
Yeah.
It's that free thing that got these people all riled up. And then they're seeing the people inside, and then they break through, trample on the poor guy. And then there's
Poor
the
Doug.
well, then there's the one guy as he's going through, the glass cuts his neck. And I'm like, and I
lost my
flinched.
shit.
I
lost my
flinched
shit.
on that. I'm like, oh my god, I can see that happen because I'm so clumsy. I mean, guys,
Me
I got
too,
scars.
brother.
I got scars on me.
I would do
everywhere.
something like that.
Me too. So when I saw that, but then the best was he still tried to get that waffle iron.
Bleeding out.
Oh my god. So, because this is then I started realizing after I read this was a horror comedy, I then got the brilliance of the beginning part, the showing consumerism, the madness that people go through for free shit.
It's a commentary on like Black Friday and how like ridiculous people get for
well,
the
and because
stupid
remember, the part of it was that the store should have been closed.
Yeah.
But Thomas decided he was going to open it up. I think it was 6 p.m. or something like that. So they didn't. It was the stepmother, the new wife, that said, "Let's do this."
She wanted the money.
Yes. So a lot of stores are doing that now, where they're opening up even earlier. So people are moving up their Thanksgiving dinners so they can go shopping instead of staying home with your family. So this goes to show you what happens if you decide you want to not stay home with your family. You might do some of this. But just all that, like my other one, I love Gina Gershon.
Oh yes,
She
yes.
is absolutely
She's
fucking.
one of those actresses that you see her and immediately she just stands out, man.
She
You
always
know her.
has.
Yeah,
She
always.
has always had a unique look.
Yep.
I've always found her fucking beautiful. When she did
Gorgeous.
Showgirls, oh my
Gorgeous, brother.
god. Anyway, I digress. Using your word. um, when she gets hit with the fucking shopping cart,
Man.
and then her hair got
caught.
Adam went, oh my god. And I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, oh my god. I'm like, and you're seeing like it just rip off. And the lady just kept going with this piece of hair. Like, so that's where I knew that this was a little bit like after again reading stuff where the horror comedy came in, because a lot of the beginning part was so absurd and the kills were so absurd. And then the worst part was the dude that got his neck cut, he had it. He was almost out. Then he collapsed and the woman fucking snatched it from him.
He
I'm
got his
like,
shit stolen.
damn. Fucking guy bled out, got the shit stolen. So and I'm gonna wait for the ones you're gonna mention, but you know, for those are my two standouts for me. Literally because I can see myself, not that I would do a Black Friday shopping
Yeah.
to myself. However, I can see a situation where you're trying to get through or escape that one glass thing sticking out is going to get my neck.
Yeah, yeah.
So I felt familiar with that. But Gina Gershon's death, and especially because I didn't realize, so after, and especially once it went on,
Yeah, when she
like
died, I was
Gina
like, wow,
Gershon,
they
I'm
killed
like,
her
she's
off
the Drew
already?
Barrymore
Yeah.
of fucking this movie, which again is, as you said, the movie. Eli Roth is a horror fan.
He's a
He
fan.
does movies because he's a horror
Fan
fan.
first, director second, yeah.
And the scenes you see put in there, it's purposeful.
Oh yeah.
And he's not mimicking it. He's showing his appreciation
Yes.
for the work before it. So killing off, and Gina Gershon had a lot of scenes in there before her death. Hello, Drew Barrymore. But then seeing her die, and I'm like, fuck, Gina's not in the movie?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I said the same
Like, that's
thing.
the feeling I had. Like, I'm like, oh my god,
they
like
took it from us already.
yes. So those funny only in the sense of how chaotic all that was and how stupid and again absurd the situation was. And it, now that I know the intention, fucking loved it.
So when it comes down to that parade massacre, as I like to call it, the fact that this killer has the smarts to know, and we'll get into this later. Okay, they're looking for the guy in the John Carver outfit. He switches it up and gets into a clown outfit. And the fact that they mentioned it earlier in the film when they were going by, all right, who could be the next victims? They saw the one kid in the security footage and said, oh, that's so and so. He's the mascot that usually is dressed up for the parade. He's the turkey guy. So
He
when
was
he's
in the video.
yeah, he was in the Black Friday assault.
Oh, I thought he was honestly a random.
No, he was on the list.
Oh,
Yes. So when he
Alright.
got killed, I was like, "Oh shit, that's the killer. He's in a clown outfit now." And just the whole scene with the people running and screaming, and then the driver getting impaled right through the back of the head, all that fucking blood, and the guy throwing the smoke bombs, the flashbangs. All of a sudden, he goes in choo, 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 with the fucking tranquilizer gun. Like, damn, this guy's fucking crazy. I love this guy, bro. And he got everybody right when they set a trap for him.
Yep.
So that scene was awesome. And also, again, not a comedy scene, but a scene that I found, especially
chopping up the turkey's head was pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And that's why the thing
again,
is,
remember when he.
I didn't know that he was on the list though. So
Yeah, he
I only
was,
I
yeah.
only found it kind of funny because
He didn't kill anyone in this film, I don't think. That
Wow.
Because don't forget, I don't know, but when he killed Yulia, right? when he shot her father, was
It
that
was
a
tranquilizer.
tranquilizer?
Yeah,
Again,
he knocked.
Dome 2 he did not kill, so he won't.
You're right. You're right.
If you're not on his list and you're not involved in that, whatever happened to what caused that tragedy,
The
he didn't
Black
really
Friday
target you.
riot.
The Black Friday riot. So so the other scene that I'm alluding to, that I'm getting to, was that whole scene when they're at the fucking table and he's got the voice changer that was purposely made to sound like fucking Eli Roth. I thought it was him. I looked it up.
Was
It
it
wasn't.
really?
It's
Oh.
actually, if you watch the show on, I believe it's on Hulu. It's called Slasher, or is it Netflix? Netflix, right?
No,
Uh,
Asher's on Shutter.
all right, all right. Regardless, Slasher, the series, the showrunner and creator of that show was the voice of Carver when he's got the voice changer. Yeah, but he sounded just like Eli Roth, bro. So when he grabs Evan and he puts him first for his, what he's thankful for, and he's live streaming it, bro. I'm like, oh man, okay, he's gonna he's gonna fuck with him. Obviously, he's not gonna fucking kill him right now because he's gonna put on a show. Nah, bro, he Negan that motherfucker, bro. He
Dude.
glanded his ass, bro. Yo, when he fucking smashed him once, and I'm like, yo, shit. They went there. Then he smashed them again and again, and you see the chunks flying and blood splattering on everyone else, bro. And then you see the live stream, people, all the likes. This guy's saying, like, look
I'm
at
not
the
gonna
likes
lie,
already.
because he used a what is it, a
A
meat
tenderizer,
tenderizer?
wasn't it?
So when I cooked dinner tonight, I had
You got one of those?
dude, I have one of those. So I had made like these chicken strips. I cut up some chicken breasts, and then I with that tender. And as I'm going down hitting it, I remembered because I'm like, I have a fucking meat tender. When I saw him pick it up, I'm like, ooh, this is not gonna go well.
That decimation of the fucking guy's skull, and you see the guy's like face like over to one side, another brain matter here, his eyeball there. I'm like, oh my god, I love it, bro. And that led into the turkey reveal when this Kathleen headless strung up with a turkey,
That was kind of funny though.
That was funny.
It was
Then he
like
pulls the sheet out and it's her head, and he starts cutting. I don't know, that whole scene I found fucking hilarious. That's the kind of horror comedy I like, when it's like so like over the top. It makes it funny, but it's still like scary when you really think about it. I think those are the two scenes that really stuck out. I mean, the movie's full of good shit, but I don't want to get into everything. Will be here forever. But those are the two that really stuck out, aside from what you said. Because when that guy when he ran into the fucking Right Mart,
oh my god,
and he just fucking,
and he still kept going. Like I okay. Truth be told, I feel that if I went through and it felt myself get cut, I would stop.
yeah, but
Because
he
I
really
would-
wanted that.
He
waffle
wanted that
maker,
fucking,
bro.
and that's why it was so fucking funny, because he literally bled out to get that waffle iron for it to be
The
snatched
waffle
from
iron
his
was.
hand
He just stole the waffle iron
when he
from
was
anyway.
dead. And it's funny because it made me think of, this was maybe somewhere around the 90s when the Tickle Me Elmo came out.
Yeah.
And you heard all these stories, and P. Rockzilla had actually worked in the same mall that I worked in, and worked at the toy store, and witnessed two women physically fighting for a Tickle Me Elmo,
KB Toys.
KB Toys. So I thought about that in that scene, and
Yeah.
it came to me how
Do you realize, bro? I spent like almost 15 years in retail, bro. I've seen it all, man. Bro.
I
You
listen.
know how
to
many
all
fucking
you-
Black Fridays I worked?
all you guys who do Black Friday, I've been there. Like,
yep.
is that the Hunger Games sign? Like,
Yeah.
good luck to you. It's literally the one time that I used to get dragged off register and customer service
Yeah.
because I would lose my own shit on customer fucking
Yeah.
because how stupid you were.
When Jessica and Scuba were tied up with everyone else, but they managed to get free because of the little knife in
The
the
ring.
ring that was
The
handed
yeah.
to her. When they ran out and the killer chased them, the killer burst through the fucking wall so they could cut him up. Like, this is the fucking Incredible Hulk. Who is this fucking guy, bro? So this killer, he was very interesting because, again, he didn't kill a cat. That's a bonus. I'm sorry, in horror, that's so rare, bro. And his his strength and his cunningness. He's very tactical, smart, always one step ahead. He knows everything that's going on. Did you figure who this killer was? Did you figure? You said you didn't earlier, correct?
I didn't, but
So-
actually, I'm gonna pull the same thing I did on your last question. Did you figure it out?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did. Yes.
All right. How did you figure it out? And
So
then I'll
it wasn't in a one shot dose. Oh, it's him. So once the parade massacre happened, right? I said to myself, okay, whoever did this knew their plan. It's an inside job. It's somebody within our group. And then within that same scene or the scene after, when they mention, oh, this guy using all these like grenades and stuff, he's got to be ex-military or something.
he was involved in that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
So
yeah.
I started narrowing my list down. All right, this guy's a cop. He's got experience, But I didn't really say it was him until Jessica ran out and found him laying on the floor. We thought he was dead, but he wasn't. And remember, Patrick Dempsey was a pretty much of a main character. They won't just have him get taken out of the story off screen and Jessica grabs a gun and runs off. I'm like, I seen enough horror movies to know that killers do that.
didn't think about that.
When I saw that, I was like, okay, here's your killer. It's
I didn't think
Eric.
about that.
Eric Newton, Sheriff Eric Newton, Patrick Dempsey. He's the guy. And it goes in there. She sees, and I knew it wasn't gonna be Bobby because it was too early into the film. They were trying to convince you it was him. It made it too obvious. So I knew, okay,
well,
it's not that guy.
The ex-boyfriend, the current boyfriend, because even Adam said
Yeah.
they were so they were the
Obvious.
obvious ones.
Yep.
But then he's like, the worst part is that sometimes when it's the obvious ones are the ones that are actually it. So they're purposely, sometimes when you watch a movie, they make the person be so obvious.
Yeah, like Killer Blood Club. But I will say this though. Now, towards some part in the movie, I was okay, it's them, but if they do it in a way where it makes sense, I'll be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? But as the film went along, I was like, there's no way it could be these guys. This is fucking no way it could be any of these two fucking guys, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, once she found Eric Newton, the sheriff, face down, and I was okay. I narrowed it down to this guy and a couple others. It's him. So, and the
Alright.
funny part about it is, the very first shot of the film opens up with the POV shot, the heavy breathing. You're in the killer's POV. Gets to the door, boom, boom. It transitions. The door opens. Mitch opens the door. There's the sheriff, Eric Newton. He's right there. The killer was given to us in the very, and not just that. The very first thing he says to Mitch is, I'm paraphrasing, but he's talking about he has a hellish corpse that he needs to get rid of or some shit like that. So he's already talking about murdering people. They show his POV shot, and you think, okay, that killer walking up to the door was always him. It wasn't no like fake out, but we thought it was because that's how film is. But no, they gave us the killer in the opening shot of the fucking movie, bro. So
It wasn't until he walked away and then she remembered the conversation that he said that the killer is always going to make a mistake. And before that, she's pulling the burrs.
it's
Out of
all in the details.
Right. So when she's pulling the burrs out and then she looks down and sees his feet, I went, oh shit. To put the twist upon the twist was that he was actually having an affair with Gina Gershon's character. And she was pregnant.
Yep.
So I think it was the fact that she was pregnant and died was
That's the catalyst.
the
Yeah.
catalyst. I love that word.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have reacted as much if she had just died, but I think it's because it was his
Yeah.
family who
Mhm.
died.
What's awesome about all this film was filmed in Canada. Joe, it's a Canadian movie.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really?
This movie was filmed in Canada, bro. Why? Why? Because Eli Roth said all the best slasher films were all filmed in Canada, so he had to do it, bro. He had to do it.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Like that's how much. But again, there is some leeway because I love Eli Roth. The fucking gore in this movie was so awesome, but because of the levity story-wise that he brought in it, even for some of your people who don't like the gory stuff, they can probably sit through this movie and then just get that shock thing that some of us are used to.
Yeah.
But oh, I love this movie. I love that we had a Thanksgiving, hence the name of the movie, come out on the big screen, not streaming somewhere, not a video on demand. Like literally, I got a movie ticket, bought it, sat there,
Yeah.
loved it.
I just literally came back from the theater and watched this like a few hours ago.
And you texted me after you were done.
Yes, yes. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait.
I knew you would love it.
So and maybe I'm excited. So my score is a 4.5 as well. That's again. I mentioned this because I want to be fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I just saw it. I love slashers. Love Eli Roth. I love horror. I love everything about it. Practical effects. Great cast. A TikTok started this fucking movie. So I love the cast options here because it was a good mix of actors and actresses. Both Gina, you know, what's her name?
Gina Gershon.
Gershon. Yeah, and Rick Hoffman. Come on, he was in Hostel. I know you watch Suits, right? You're a Suits guy. I knew it. I fucking
Well,
knew you watched that shit.
I watched Suits before everybody started loving it on Netflix and on Peacock. I
knew it.
watched that from beginning to end. Eli Roth gave horror fans a horror movie to watch during Thanksgiving.
The ambiguous ending where we don't know. There was never a body. So if there's a sequel, he's gonna be a burnt up fucking.
But wait,
John
here's
Carver. Come on.
Here's my other reference.
Yeah.
The end of this movie was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I can see that. I can see that.
At least that's how I took it.
I can see why you would say that.
We all, for us, Thanksgiving is around sitting around the table. Thanksgiving has become around the deals that you're going to get.
Good shout.
So he actually
shout.
gave us what now people
What
consider
I'm
to be
complaining
Thanksgiving.
about, it's exactly how it was intended. You're right.
That he's
You
showing
are
you that
absolutely right.
we
That's
have
what
lost.
Thanksgiving has turned into.
It used to be about sitting around at the table. Now it's not. It's
My
about
Thanksgiving
going out
used to
and
be
getting
about
those deals.
sitting at the table, eating some turkey,
Fucking
some
putting
some
that plate-
macaroni salad, some baked knee. I mean, you fucking name it, right? And then after the fact, you got this food coma. Then you sit and you watch the WWF Survivor Series. As
I
always
watch football, so
was always, but that was my childhood though, not now.
right. But you still stayed home.
They always gave this WWF at the time, now WWE. They always had a wrestling event on Thanksgiving.
But
So
you stayed home.
yes,
That's what I'm trying
nobody
to say.
wanted to go buy shit.
Right. So now Thanksgiving is turned into going out and
It's a
getting those
consumer
deals.
holiday, just like Easter and all that other shit. So,
Yep.
oh, well.
Dawn of the Dead.
Hey, brother, anything else you want to add to this before we
No,
wrap
I'm
up?
good. Like I said, guys, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Be safe, everyone. Enjoy
Yep,
your.
yep.
Don't go shopping. Stay
Dude,
home.
if you saw this movie, don't go shopping.
Stay home.
Stay home.
For once, you know what?
Deal with these
If
crazy
you
people.
want, Black Friday deals are happening right now. Order that shit on Amazon or something. Stay home, spend time with your family, watch a football game after, do whatever you gotta do. Watch horror fiend TV after. Whatever you gotta do, just stay out of the mall. With that being said, I'm Ricky Grimes. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Joe the psychologist, my boy, my beer brother. I'll see you soon. Stay good, stay happy, stay safe, stay sane. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. But most of all, stay scared.